afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for June 2nd, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. It'll be uplifting beyond your wildest imagination. We're going to talk about the incoming financial shift. We're going to talk about a lot of concrete information, amongst other things. And unlimited energy, consciousness, and creativity is available to all of us right here, right now. And for us to tap into, we are free from our past. We have been washed clean of its karma to do whatsoever brings more lightness and freedom to your hearts today. And the real magic is found inside of us, as we know, and who we are is only found in this fresh new moment. So if you will, take your magic wand, put on your magic hat, and sparkle it up today. If you could only keep quiet, clear of memories and expectations, you would be able to discern the beautiful pattern of events. It is your restlessness that causes chaos. Mr. Gadada Maharaj. One of the greatest transformations that any of us could ever experience in our lives is through meditating on the nature of the mind. Through months, some of us, years, others, days, weeks, when you closely watch the mind and how it works, why it thinks what it thinks, how it tends to repeat itself, you soon begin to understand the great manifestation mystery of this life on a more intimate and spiritual level. You may notice that every day that no matter what you would do, your mind continues on this deep, relentless search for the truth, for the love, for joy, pleasure, and happiness. No matter how satisfied you were that day, hour or minute before, the mind returned to its old habit of yearning for something more. You ever notice that? There is only one direction it wanted to go: to evolve, grow, expand, improve, and learn how to find ways to become more satisfied. You realize that the mind can even want to understand itself better, thinking that if it found a richer understanding of itself, then this would finally lead to more happiness and real satisfaction. This is how convoluted our minds are. It will believe anything. You may also notice that when you feel sad, lethargic, depressed, or just want to give up, right, on manifesting your dream life, the mind still continues its perpetual search for some form of happiness, just on another level. The more often, say, that you sit back from the mind and watch it, you realize how deeply programmed it is, and that there's really nothing that can be done about it. The mind is on a sacred, holy quest. It's devoted to this grand divine search. At the core program, it cannot be interested in being content, relaxed, rested, or supremely at peace. It prefers to be entertained by something interesting, deep, sparkly, rich, tempting, or maybe an idea that would make it feel loved, special, or important. So our minds don't have the capacity to rest forever in a state of happiness. Because if it did, we would not evolve. Think about it. What if the mind was totally satisfied? What would happen to our world? Would we even look deeper into this question at all? Would we care about anything of any real meaning in this life? If so, why would we? Throughout our entire lives, this seeking mechanism is one machine we cannot turn off, nor would we care to. We simply have to be deeply aware that this perpetual seeking machine is always running. The divine design of the mind is perfect, and we simply need to understand its perfection if we are to really enjoy life and find our spiritual journey here. We need to understand first that desire is not the cause of suffering. Rather, it's our attachment to desire which holds us to the state of anxiety. See, it's not the desire, it's our attachment to the desire. And to be continuously wanting, wishing, and thinking is utter hell. To be able to rest, relax, and enjoy the radiant, healing, golden energy from the great spiritual light from within each and every one of us is absolute bliss. Our minds have been embedded for centuries with the ancient unsatisfied program for one very wonderful reason. A great creativity and manifesting fire gets ignited when we believe the grass is greener, richer, softer, and more lush in the neighbor's yard or in the neighborhood. Sure, the mind can get crazy and start thinking the neighbors must be smarter, happier, and more enlightened because they have greener grass. Chances are high that the neighbors don't actually have greener grass than you, but you can't tell that truth to the seeking, desiring mind. And the good news is that an enormous fire of desire is lit when we see what we just don't have, that we just don't have at all. The mind is a genius at believing whatever it wants to believe is true. It can only see a fraction of the whole truth. It cannot contain the entire universal truth all the time. It would be out of a job if it had that knowledge. It is a master of inventing super creative stories about our limitations in this world, which fill us up with this amazing experience called insecurity. And these wonderful insecure feelings are perfectly designed to push us into our spiritual path. They provoke us to dig deeper. So we stop functioning in automatic robot mode and find our real purpose for being alive. Our insecurity causes us to drop the mind game so that we start stoking our real spiritual fire and unleashing our deepest motivation, our highest inspiration, and our richest creativity within. Unless you become a Buddha, you have not lived at all, because you will not know the great poetry of life, the great music of existence. You will not know the celestial celebration that goes on, and you will not know the dance of the stars. The bliss is for you. This bliss is for you. All these flowers, all these songs, and all these stars are for you. You are entitled to miracles. Osho. We were all born entering these bodies to evolve. Okay? We were all born to evolve, expand our consciousness, and eventually become awakened Buddhas. And what a Buddha simply means is one who has stopped sleeping, in a nutshell. That's what a Buddha means, one who has stopped sleeping, one who is aware, self-realized, and living fully in the now. It's perhaps the easiest and most natural way we can experience this life. Yet, it means we have to unlearn everything we believe to be the reason why we're all here. To stimulate the enlightened path in our lives, we need to create more space and room to grow. We need to feel the lack of something and experience the great emptiness that is all around us. This empty feeling is always available inherent within each desire that comes from the mind. And to reach the enlightened state, we must choose to dive into the mind and let it go. We must let the mind believe that the neighbor's grass is greener than our own, and realize how ridiculous it is to be comparing grass in the first place. We must notice all the places in our lives where we are comparing ourselves with others, with people we look up to, saying that they have something we don't. We must allow the mind to be brimming with jealousy, full with desire, so much that it implodes into this fantastic empty universe that it is exploding with life. If we allow the mind to do what it does, it will eventually invent some fantastic new organic, healthier way to grow better grass, and one day have greener grass than the neighbors. And with a glorious new imagined goal and destination to be entertained by, the mind can provoke us to expand our consciousness, playing its endless games within games, inside of itself, just for the pure discovery of all the many multidimensional joys and pleasures of being alive. What else did you want to do with your time here on this earth? Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Benjamin Disraeli. One word of caution to you, to all of us, on our manifesting journey, is to be very aware that the mind is like a Jedi master at distracting us from what's spiritually real and essential. And yes, this distraction is also sacred, needed, and divine for when we finally give up seeking and attend to what actually is spiritual and real, we see how the distraction was not really a distraction, but a truly essential ingredient in directing our path towards a spiritual awakening. It's quite beautiful to sit back and recognize how perfect every aspect of existence actually is. Nothing is actually imperfect or actually as we think it is. Our addictions are glorious. Our perpetual search for something better is deeply needed for our enlightenment. What we think will make us happy is the essential illusion needed to find the real. And this feeding that we all are lacking something, okay? This feeling that we are all lacking something is the succulent dangling chocolate that's dangling on the golden string to get us to come out of our dark caves. Perfection is everywhere and in everything, always. The divine beings, we all truly are ridiculously intelligent. It is so spiritually smart, our beings are, that it knows where we are hiding, and exactly how to get us to come out. It realizes that we would never know what true wholeness was like unless we believe we had a hole to fill. We cannot know what blissful freedom feels like until we experience the most imprisoning, limiting state of mind. The great mystery of life has this miraculous way of continuously teaching us what we most need to know for our enlightenment. There is not a moment that goes by where the universe is not inviting us to dive deeper inside and surrender more completely into the healing depths of our very souls. We are constantly being summoned to come out of hiding. The universe wants us to appreciate the sweet spiritual gift of existence. It is always giving the God source to us to liberate ourselves from the internal catacomb-like prisons of the mind. We are being constantly welcomed to see everything in our lives with absolute love and clarity. We always have this option to sit down, relax about it all, and understand our life's mission. Right now, we can stop everything and choose to live in total devotion and connection with our heart's spiritual presence. We were all born to discover that we are amazing, multidimensional, divine, manifesting beings who can create anything we desire. Anything. This huge and truly awesome task requires that we unleash our full power and reveal our ultimate treasure inside. The greatest treasure we have is found once we stop the mind, still the mind, and rest at our source of consciousness. Okay? The greatest treasure all of us have is found once we stop or still the mind and rest at our source of consciousness. This is meditation. This is what we do every day, and is the divine doorway to opening our lives up to the highest states of energy, love, and consciousness. This temporary stopping of the mind happens every single day. Yet it's just whether we are doing it consciously, that little bit, whether we are doing it consciously, or is it being done to us and have no way to create it? Perhaps both are true. Yet when we allow a new perception of reality in, like this one, it can radically change our lives forever. Remember, the coin has three sides to it, and they are all true. It's not so much the doing, but the undoing that actually makes a shift occur. Letting go of the most minor shifts in perception, the slightest adjustments to how we are seeing life, can totally transform out into our entire experience of who and what we are. The greatest guru is always within you. Ramana Marisha. Use your mind. Use your mind instead of being used by your mind. Use your mind instead of being used by your mind. Worship, respect, honor, and love this brilliant, all-powerful tool so you can create what you want in your life. Stop being unconsciously used by the tool. If you don't use the tool consciously, you will be used by it. This means don't get over-identified with your tool. Don't avoid your tool. Do not fight with your tool. The mind is not who you are. You are not the tool. Even if the mind tells you that you're a no-good failure 10,000 times. Just know that you are 10,000 times closer to stepping back to become more conscious of your tool addiction and stop being used by it. Deep down, realize your soul is ultimately in charge and running the show. Trust in this always. No doubt. Total pure trust. Trust that this life has a higher intelligence than you'll ever understand. And it is taking you on the most exquisite, unique ride through this world. So that one day, all of us can sit back and become the Jedi Master of our minds and experience the greatest form of satisfaction and pleasure. One last piece of advice. For all of you on your manifesting journey, which I truly believe is one of the most helpful ideas to learn in this, is this. Become devoted to being gentle with yourself, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. What you can be, what you can be, when you can be, gentle with your mind. You will master it and eventually be free from it. The mind will listen to you instead of you always listening to it. When you can have full mastery over the mind, all you feel is a great love and gentleness with everything, thought, memory, and experience that you come across on your inner world. This is real mastery. If you can be gentle, no matter what, no matter how crazy, irate, or demanding the world becomes, make the promise to yourself right now that you will be gentle with you no matter what occurs, no matter what. Enjoy the journey. It's guaranteed to get even better. 10,000 deep, eternal love to us all. The earth has enough to satisfy everyone's needs, but not everyone's greed. The earth has enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed. Mahatma Gandhi. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. The body is a tool. See? It doesn't command you. You command it. In a very loving, respectful, honoring, divine way. So doesn't it make sense to all of us that we look at the body as sacred because it carries us around to be in the physical world, to do things that we could not do as the souls that we are. So all of the, and understand something, the mind dictates this to the heart mind. So the fears, the worries, the stresses, the exhaustion, right? Being tired, wanting to give up, throw in the towel, end it all, is the mind, right? Controlling you. And the mind controls you about the body. So it's all about mastering. This is why we come into these bodies, to master everything. And as we master, we learn and we never stop learning. So you let it all go. Is there an argument with your ego mind? Yeah, it's yours sometimes. Now, what does it say? You can't let go of this. This is part of you. Why do you want to let go of this? Well, I don't really care to entertain pain, suffering, anxiety, stress, and fear. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't serve me the greater good. Why would I carry it? So you let it go. And the body will become light like a feather. You've been there. We all have. And when that happens, we immediately move into the now. And the now is really all we have. We don't know in the next day, hour, whatever, if we're going to still be in the body, do we? We don't know that. And not out of fear, but out of deep gratitude that every split second that we're in these bodies, that we choose to enjoy them, to enjoy this life, every single second we can. And it doesn't mean going out and tying one on or partying like crazy. It just means enjoy it, savor it, embrace it every single moment. And that's the heart-mind over the mind. And it's just practicing it. It's us determining and deciding that the mind and the ego are tools for me. They're in my toolbox. I use them every day. And we all know this. In order to do jobs, you have to have the right tools to help you do those jobs. If you don't, we've all been caught there. If we don't have the right tools when we're doing something, it really is a pain, isn't it? You say, oh, gosh, I don't have that, and I don't have this. You know, boy, if I had this, it'd be so much easier to do this. That's why we continually collect tools to help us on this journey. It doesn't mean we're always aware of all the tools at our disposal. We discover them as we go. So when we move into the now, we still the mind, and we still the ego mind, and we still the subconscious mind. We're not in them. See? We're not entertaining them. We're not judging them. We're watching them. So how do you learn? How do you really learn to master something? Well, you start off by watching it. That's what you do. You watch it. You learn from its movements, its actions. That's the best way for us to learn. And so, with the body, we watch the body, we watch the ego mind, we watch the subconscious mind, and the heart mind, and we understand that we're the masters. We truly are. We aren't efficient yet in the mastership, but we're consciously aware that we are here to master, not to be subservient, not to be egotistic, not to have the mind control us more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Now, you know, all of us, none of us are exempt. We all have memories. We visualize with them, we embrace them, we enjoy them, we go back, and it's, oh, that was a great time, wasn't it? Boy, I really enjoyed that. Oh, I didn't enjoy that. But it's fun. And that's what we extract from the so-called past. But we don't have those in the past. We have them in our subconscious mind. And we don't stay there. Some people will stay there. To me, the past is like a graveyard, an elephant graveyard. It is dank. There's no wind or air. It's foggy. It is totally feel dead. There's no life there because it's all dead. But some of us will stay there because we feel that it's comforting to be there. And it comforts us because we believe that the life that we are in the moment isn't pleasant. It's not something that we care to entertain. So we revert to going into a past that's dead. We take that past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. This is why a lot of us often find ourselves having conversations with ourselves, trying to figure out why no matter what we do, we end up in the same place. Others of us will go into the future. It really doesn't exist. We create the future in the now. And so the future, we have people that wander, and they're always asking themselves, and I'm sure we've all been in this at times, when is this going to come? I've got to have this come. I've got to have this happen. When's this going to happen for me? You know, when am I going to get that right job? When am I going to get a promotion? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? You know, when am I going to be able to get a new house? When am I going to be able to get a new car? When am I going to be able to do this and this? You know, I've got to know these things. I've got to find out. That's living in a future that doesn't exist. They don't sound too pleasant, do they? The now is it. The now is our step into perpetual bliss, joy, happiness. And this isn't a wishful thing. This is what we are constructed of. And it is for us to discover it. So how do we stay in the now? It's our breath, our divine positive energy. That's the now. And why is our breath divine? Why is it positive? Well, the soul comes into the body, powers the body. All the engines in the body start turning and working. The lungs start producing the air, the breath, which sustain the body so that it can carry us to experience in the body, around the body, outside the body, but to allow us to experience the physical world. And really to discover more about who and what we are. And it relaxes us, focuses us, strengthens us, eases us. So whenever you get carried off, we all do, you can be focused on something real intent, but these thoughts that aren't even yours come in, pull you off. And as long as you're consciously, well, it's not a bad thing, is you say, okay, I'm wandering off, not a biggie, I'll focus on my breath. And I'm telling you, lymphatic breathing for your body, your blood flow is absolutely imperative to do several times a day. And most of us don't even bother. Most of us don't even think about breathing. Isn't that amazing? The very thing that sustains these bodies to hold the gods that we are, we don't give it much time of day, do we? The breath is magical while we're in these bodies. And so when you focus on your breath, you're in the now 3,000% of the time. You're never not in the now when you focus on your breath. And it doesn't mean the ego mind's not going to try and distract you, right? Trying to pull you off of that focusing on the breath. Oh, it's not this. You know, this is boring. You know, let's do something else. Now we all will come to the stage, where we will look at our bodies, not judge them, but watch them function. And then understand that we are the ones running the body. Isn't that amazing? Your God is running that body. Doesn't it make sense that you master the body? You are the God, aren't you? So you master the body. The body's relaxed. You're in the now. You're focused on your breath. And you're watching everything, so the body leans into you. The more relaxed and the more stuff the body dumps off, we dump off the body. The fear, the frustration, the anxiety, the worn-out feeling, all of it. We dump it. Body floats. The God holds the body, cradles the body. And then we watch. And in the center of the body, we notice that there are 7 lights, wheels of light, all different colors, vibrating, going from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. What are these? Really, what are they? Do they really exist, or are they all made up? No, they exist. But they're not in this realm, in this world. It's not like you can pick them up and toss them around and catch them and stuff. They're etherical. They're in the spiritual realm, spiritual plane of existence. And they connect us to the God within the body that we are. And the God flows through them. The chi, the prana, the ki, the God force, love, light, energy flows through these chakras. And it spreads out. You as the God in that body, your energy spreads out through all the arteries, through all the organs, through all your emotions, through not missing anything. Not missing anything. Nothing. You see how we've been so distracted for so many thousands of years, where we have been trained to not identify the gods that we are. That the lower dark matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies, have tried everything with this civilization to keep it from discovering who it truly is, what it truly is. This is ending. We will discover who and what we exactly are. And nothing will stop that. And we understand that these energy vortexes that we flow through along with our divine positive energy, our breath, it's good to know what blocks our flow. What blocks our God force, love, light, energy flowing through these bodies? What diverts it? What bends it? Well, the red wheel of light, the root chakra, which is our survival, food, money, water, and it's blocked by fear. The mind creates the fear. The ego mind creates the fear. It's an illusion. And then we go to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra. This is our pleasure, our sexuality, our joy, ease. And it is blocked by guilt. I don't think any of us have not experienced a time in our lives where everything was just floating. Nothing to us went wrong. Everything was just phenomenal. Everything fell in place. And it was just, you were like in total bliss. And then the mind and ego comes in and starts saying, well, this isn't going to last forever. We got to find something better. And so you better enjoy it while you can, because it'll be gone before you know it. And that is all bunk as well. And see how important it is for us to master the mind and the ego. So then we go to the yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra. And what is it? Well, it's our willpower. And what blocks our willpower? Shame. And what is shame? Created by the ego mind. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. It's the heart chakra. The anahata. This is love. It is our ability to love. How important that is. to love ourselves, number one. And when we block that love by grief. You cannot love if you experience grief. If you're really enthralled and really absorbed into grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, to the Shuddha. This deals with our truth. It's our communication in this body. Obviously, if we didn't have a throat, we couldn't communicate. So it deals with our truth. And it's blocked by lies. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the ajna, the third eye chakra. This is our sense of purpose. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. It's our intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. And all of that is blocked by illusion. And then we move to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light. This deals with cosmic energy. It deals with our direct connection with the gods that we are, with the divine. And it's blocked by ego attachment. The ego will block this. See? The ego doesn't, it's fearful thinking that you won't need it. And it doesn't, it's frightened about that, see? So it will do whatever it can to block you. Now understand, you the God, all of us the God, running through these energy wheels of light, these beautiful, different shaped flowers, geometrical shapes in the center. I mean, just, it's phenomenal energy. And that's what we are. We're a perpetual energy fountain. Why do you think that in certain light spectrums that you can see, film our aura? And the aura are all these colors. Indigo, violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And it fans out around our bodies. It's the energy of the gods that we are. That's what it is. We're electric beings. Pure cosmic energy. Balls of sacred light. So we fountain. This fountain's perpetual. It comes up over the head, back down around to the sacral chakra, and back up again, and it continues, perpetual. Now, we can hold it. We can hold that at the top of our heads, crown chakra. We are love, we are God, and we are one. And in that brief moment that we hold it, we can condense and compress it into pure, omnipotently powerful liquid energy. And then we can release it over our pineal glands. Now, pineal glands, they're really important for us in these physical forms. And because when they're fully functioning, fully healthy, vibrate, they connect us to all the particles of existence. What does that mean? It means you can tap in to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and you can begin learning in all different directions. Absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic. Magna glorious. Now, none of us have fully functioning, vibrantly healthy pineal glands, but we will. We're getting there. Now, through our heart, mind, emotion picture, we can see, how you view your pineal gland. I look at it as rosebud, green ball, and as soon as I pour this omnipotently powerful liquid energy over it, it immediately transforms into this massive rose, fully bloomed, and multicolored petals, and just a beautiful, vibrant fragrance that's being emitted. And it is all of this shimmering waves of energy just saturating me, head to toe, inside and out. And it isn't overwhelming. It is just, it's like bliss, nirvana, kundalini energies all merging. It is the deepest eternal love, the deepest eternal gratitude, the deepest eternal peace. And it's flooding me. And then I discovered That rose is the God within me. And the fragrance is that God's breath. The rose is me, and I'm the rose. There's no separation. That's just the illusion. Now these bodies that we're in, higher self, spirit, soul, ego mind, heart mind, subconscious mind, God, pure consciousness, all one. And we are heaven on this earth. The soul in these bodies is the heaven. The body is the earth. And those of us that are consciously aware in this gathering, which is all of us, know that every step we take, we're creating paradise. Every step. Literally. And this is what we see. This is what we visualize. This is what we feel. Not only that, we've learned to shine our God Force Love Light energy 360 degrees in every direction. It's absolutely magnificent. And this is pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude, and we're flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, nonstop. So our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, being saturated from head to toe, inside and out. And we embrace their gods because they're part of us. This is a planet that when you are consciously awake, aware, you can look at it from the sacredness of space and you can see it glowing. It is a God planet paradise. That's where it's headed. That's what we're doing. We aren't going there. We're already there. And you know through your heart minds that that is true. You don't care. You don't need to take my voice for it. Go into your heart minds and see if it's not true. Not your heads, but the heart mind. Now, there are parts of us that are asleep, and then there are parts of us that are awake to a certain extent. So we're calling on the ones that are awake, the parts of us that are awake. Now, currently, right now, the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, the archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Christ, Amoria, Vedantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. They both are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And the archangels are a civilization that vibrated at a different frequency than we do. Now, we don't see them like we see each other, so to speak, but we meet with them, and it is strangers, could be anybody, but there's something that we connect with, that we understand that this isn't just random conversation, interaction. That was an angel. And the message is always the same. It's just delivered in a multitude of ways. Isn't it absolutely spectacular, magnificent, magna glorious, wonderful to be alive in these bodies right now? In this body right now? Every second? Yes, it is. And then you experience the bliss that you are. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in tens of thousands in number. because of the fact that their vibrational frequency can hold a large number in a small area. That's it. Now, you said the masters, they've mastered ascension into physical form. And out of physical form, they hold pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And some of us will come to the understanding that we are the light. Why would we follow the light when we are the light? Doesn't make any sense, does it? So when we decide to leave these bodies, some of us will have learned that we are the light, and we won't follow any light but the light that we are. Now, we call out to all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex will fill this universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes, and they are with us now consciously. You can feel as each parts of us come in. You know they're there. You feel it from the God that you are to the God that they are. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we so much know about, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the felines, the Eta Reticuli, the Nords, the Graves, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now in massive numbers consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, in all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, in the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen before, because with these eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light energy deep within us, each of us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns just to come close to its brilliance. And we're flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value on the universe, all of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, doesn't matter if they're awake or asleep. Because we're bathing the gods within them and the body. And you can feel the vibrational frequency. You can feel them heighten, moving into the highest of the highest high of deep, pure, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. So we begin to flood everything as the circle of light, and we begin to ascend. And we're immediately met with this massive glitter of ocean glitter. It's everywhere. And it's flashing everywhere. It's just trillions of beautiful multicolored light. And so we go into the point of reflection, which are these microscopic etched mirrors. And we go into the mirrors. And we then discover that it is all of us, parts of each other, all learning and teaching eternally, always, on this endless journey, learning and teaching and learning. It's phenomenal. We're never alone. We never have been, never will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. And we are also, through Archangel Raphael, the power of healing. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we're imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with a white fire armor. It isn't like a knight's armor. It is our God-force love light energy that embraces these bodies. Always. Never ending. Always protected. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. No demon possessions. No attachments. No nothing can come close to us. Yet. Only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, through hatred, anger, greed, envy, hurried, stress, fear, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously. Enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance immediately, send them to pure consciousness where they are no more. They are vaporized. They are gone permanently. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that we can bring in right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring the highest of the highest high of vibrational frequencies of deep, pure, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain, the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees, the forests, the soils. We are the animals. We are everything, and everything is us. And so the next time you view a sunset, sunrise, rainbow, do you ever think or feel what you're feeling when you see it? Do any of us do that? Try it. Not so much of what your eyes are seeing, but that vibrational frequency of what you're feeling. Because it is you. You're the divinity. You're the beauty. You're the glory. Always. Ever, beyond, and forever. We continue to ascend above this planet. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. Why? Because we can. We immediately come into full view of a massive crystalline light tower of which we created. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of light, all vibrantly colored, and all of these sending massive waves of penetrating energy that just saturate us all from head to toe. And this is, the golden white ball of light is the deep eternal love. And then we have deep eternal gratitude. And well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, great wealth, great abundance, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. It's endless, and it is us. It is the reflection of the God within us. We never needed to seek outside of ourselves. We weren't designed that way. We were tricked into it. Now we've discovered the trick, and we are no longer tricked into it. Then it's our decision, only ours, to go within and to stay within. and to discover the God that you are. Always have been. Always will be, ever beyond and forever. And at the top of this crystalline light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now. And it's saturating all of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, this entire planet, on and in it, above and below it, with the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. Can you imagine that? Non-ending. Why do you think this planet will glow brightly? It's being turned into an veritable paradise. Now, we are all drops of this golden ocean. And we hold the essence of this golden ocean. And the golden ocean is us. And we are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses over 1,400 of our meditations in constant movement, perpetual motion, infinity. All of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude and abundance and intent. All hundreds of millions on and off world, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, all consciously aware that they are of and from the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Can you see and feel how things are shifting? And we're not talking about doom and gloom. We're talking about inspiration, spectacularness, fireworks, sparkles, glitter, everywhere. Love, peace, joy, tranquility, benevolence, everywhere. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. If you take the responsibility, if all of us take the responsibility for our lives, we can start changing it. Slow will be the change. Only in the course of time will we start moving into the world of the light and crystallization. But once we are crystallized, we will know what real revolution is. Then share our revolution with others. It has to go that way, from heart to heart. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Many of us are manifesting a more challenging experience of this life than is necessary, simply because we are spending more time trying to deal with life through our heads rather than using our hearts. This habitual head trip can leave us feeling dry and disconnected from living our passion, finding our mission, and discovering our juicy soul purpose. And by constantly overanalyzing ourselves, others, and the infinite material details of this world, we fall into some attempt to be in control of our lives and later feel bound by experiences of loneliness, separation, and isolation. Our heart's natural wisdom and its infinite resources of love, compassion, and divine connection. The power of living from the heart center is enormous and deeply transformational. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we will be back here June 3rd, 2021, Thursday, to continue our global guided meditation call, and tonight, our Time for Change call at 9 p.m., and Friday, our reverse aging call.